Peace, love, and light. Peace, love, and light, folks. Quick vid. This picture was sent in from Icy Charnay. She said, Riz, look at this giant woman in the sky. You see her eyes, nose in the middle, and her mouth. And this makes up her hair. I'll zoom out, show you. Go to another shot. This is the full shot, no contrast. Pull down the light.
I wouldn't do it gladly, but I wouldn't seduce someone trying to protect his bloodline just to defeat him. That I wouldn't betray our love.
And you see the face of the giant feminine creature or entity. I'll flip this picture and bring it to you in a different direction. Flip it right. Then we'll look at it this way to show you the face of the woman. Look at that. I'll zoom in on the eye to show you that it's definitely an eye, folks. See the eyelid, the pupil, and the cavity? Here's the other eye, but it's highly obscured, but you still can see the eye. Zoom out. Hold that in. Super zoom. Hold down some light. That's crazy. That eye is so dark. It looks like she's wearing eyeshadow. I'll just keep that there on the eyeballs.
So I'm going to kill the protector.
Okay. I'm going to zoom back out.
Now I have a meeting.
Normal light. Flip it back. Rotate left. There it is, folks. Full projection of a woman in the sky. Queen. Love. Drop down some light. Same shot. Moving on to the next. Folks. Giant entity on the edge of a cloud. Can't make it up, folks. I'm going to zoom in. I showed this before. Just reinforcement. In these times, people need to see these type of things. And I'm going to bring them to you like no other. If they're out there, I love to see this type of work. See the head, see the eyes, the nose, the mouth, goatee, ear. I'll zoom in on that just to show you that that's a person's face. Yeah, look deep into that face, folks. And then when I zoom out of the picture, I'll show you the complete body of the living entity or being, a giant being. Here's his arm coming around. He's wearing a fur on his shoulder. Here's his legs crossed. Here's his feet. Sitting down. He has a creature sitting on his lap, the same way people have lap dogs. And this entity has a wristwatch on that's shining. I'll zoom in tight and show you. Okay? You still see his face right here. Here's the fur that's on his shoulder. Here's his arm coming around, sitting on his lap. Here's the timepiece that he literally has on his wrist. I'll zoom in on it and show you. You see it shining, folks? Here's his arm right here. That's the wristwatch that's on his wrist. I'll go right next to it, and this is the creature that's sitting on his lap. Okay, you see it? Go down and show you his feet. Fold it. Here's his knee coming around, giant foot, and his other leg is going this way. The same way any man would sit with his legs crossed. Any real man. Okay? And then off to the side right here, we have what appears to be a giant entity that looks like a fanged sea creature or fish. I'll zoom in on him. See the mouth open, the eye, strange looking entity right there. Zoom in tight. Seeing is believing. Pull up some light. You see the entity that's in there? It's very clear to see. And then I'll even zoom in on his face that's right here. See it? Super zoom, folks. See the giant nostrils and eye? It's clearly you can see the eyeball. That goes without saying. Gigantic nose, nostrils, lips. Here's the head. Let me hold that in tight. I'll play with the light. And I'll zoom out for perspective.
Where's everyone? Where's the stop? Who the hell are you? How did you get up here? Where's your ID?
Go back to normal focus. Zoom out and show you the whole entire picture. You see this creature? The creature I just explained. The giant entity that's sitting on the edge of a massive craft. Here's the mechanical edges of the ship. I'll zoom in to show you. See the reflection? Metal. Just take a look at that, folks. Let it resonate. On my channel, you're going to see things you never thought were real, but are. Okay? All organic. And I'm going to zoom in on the entity's face once again. Seeing is believing, so there could be no doubt that that's a bearded man with looks like dark shades. He has a pointed ear. He has his head wrapped up. Nose, lips, goatee, pointed. I mean, you clearly can see the detail in his nostril. It's not a game out here, people. Be prepared at all times for anything. Remember where you are. Nothing's going to get better here. Trust and believe that. This is not the place for better. Okay?
Let her go. It's me that you want, not her.
I can't run, just leave.
Let her go.
I can't stop it. Don't come.
Entities and beings all around. Always. I mean, you can see the faces. Okay? Moving on. Now, check this out, folks. This is a giant winged being that's entering our atmosphere. Okay? Understand, Earth is a closed system, but through CERN and magic, they're using portals. Okay? You might believe think it's a joke, but it's not, folks. Here's the giant wing entity that's coming through. Here's his head. Here's his wings. And here's his body. Okay? I'll zoom in on the face. This is the face of the entity right here, folks. I'll zoom out. Pull the light back to normal. Show you some of the detail in the wings. Okay. The body looks like a bird's body to me, or some type of giant fish creature. And then right next to it, right here, this bright spot is a face of a giant being. I'm going to pull down the light. and then bring you right into it. There it is, some type of animal being, a cat. A cat is always the main theme for some reason, folks. Okay? Just look at how this picture is organic. You see the giant wing entity even from here. I'll zoom in, and it's even more clear. Head, giant wings coming up on either side. Here's the body, tail, and then we have a massive face right next to it, piercing through. And you please let me know and tell me how that's normal. That's a massive ship that's right under that, folks. You can see the detail, and it's shaped like a boat.
Getting rid of them. Finally ending this war.
Okay? Now I'm going to zoom back to normal and see if there we go. We have a shot with some contrast on it. It becomes even more telling. I'll zoom in just on the flying creature. You see it?
What's up? What the hell are you doing here? Let's make a deal. Slow down.
See the face? The eye? The whole world's going to see soon. You could deny it. You can naysay. You can make jokes. You can do all you want. But when that time comes, you're going to be in serious trouble. You're going to have major problems. Trust me when I tell you. Here for a reason. And that's the face of the giant cat being that was piercing through. See the eyes, nose, mouth. People are going to have problems. Trust and believe. Because you deserve to have them. Let that focus in. Pull down some light.
What do you mean your eyes, son? What the fuck are you talking about?
And you see how dark this is at the bottom, folks. Massive vessels, aerodynamic, and shaped like a boat.
American has been planning to destroy the entire world using this dangerous formula.
And you just brought it to us because you're a nice guy? I don't believe a word you say.
I've just done the plans myself. Look, this is only
Craziness, folks.
They're missing one.
Seeing is believing. And this is a shot of the giant man on the edge of what people believe are clouds, which don't really exist. Okay? Next to a massive craft sitting on the outside of it. Okay? You see the detail in the ship. And this is the entity that I showed previous. Zoom in on him again. A shot with no contrast. Look how clear that translates through, people. Even without tampering with it. Without adding contrast or playing with the light balance, the light, the dark, you know, the exposure. Look into the face of that giant entity that flies above you. And you would never know it. But I'm here to show it. I did this before. This is just all reinforcement. But I do have a new video coming soon of subscriber picks and breakdowns. Because you already know. Stuff is being sent in from all over the country. In state, out of country. All over. And there could be no mistake that that's a timepiece on this man's wrist. His arm extends down and he has a vector-shaped timepiece that's, for lack of a better word, blinging. And then when we go over here, he has a creature sitting on his lap. That's unknown. Head, body, torso, legs. And zoom out for perspective, and you can see. I mean, it's just like any other man that might be sitting on his couch that owns a cat or a dog sitting right on his lap. You see the fur on his arm, his wrist coming down, his legs crossed.
Your brother
feet. Showed this before, but it's all reinforcement at this day and time, folks. Giant evil face in the sky. And I appreciate everyone that created positive dialogue in a video I did earlier, saying that you don't know where you are. Because a lot of us don't. You see the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the giant face projected in the sky, folks. Clear as day for the whole world to see if you're in this area. But yet people are so stuck they don't even look down. I mean, excuse me, all they do is look down. They don't look up. And of course, I'm having all types of issues with focus for some odd reason. Okay, let's zoom in. Okay. Massive, crazy face in the sky, folks. Doesn't look friendly to me. Eye, nose, crazy looking mouth, entire head. And then I'm going to take you right here to show you this entity that's in plain sight. Hopefully it translates through without blur. Pull down some light. And that's the creature right there, folks. That's just flying through the sky. Perfectly blended in. And no one notices anything. Just a select few of us that watch the sky. Try to get a super zoom in on that and let it focus in. There we go. You can see the eyes, the nose, the mouth, crazy looking shaped head. And I'll zoom out in perspective and show you where that is.
Sucker, pull yourself together. You didn't kill your son, I'm sorry. But he worked for the son of a bitch. We can't wait for time like this. I don't know what you would tell him or how you would convince him, but you think that's good.
And just take a look at these shapes that are on the bottom, folks. You're looking at the bottom of ships, boats,
Zell's gonna be on our side. At least for now.
water, or air.
No, it's not possible. It must be a trap.
No way, not possible. We have to go get
You can see it for yourself. This is an entity I caught. This is a screenshot of it. I'm going to zoom in and show you that these beings are real. And they're watching everything we do. You see them? You see the hood? The bluish greenish face? The eye?
What the fuck is that?
And you wonder where they get little blue-green robed figures from. Guys like Yoda
Let's meet someplace.
from Star Wars. I mean, you clearly can see the eye on this entity right here. And his face and his hood is covering his other eye.
calm down. You are not going to do this.
I'll zoom out for perspective.
Levant is an asshole. He's a selfish narcissist.
Super zoom in.
He's ready to give up everything, including his family, just to be an immortal.
Right. We have to focus on our plan right now. Our first thing we're gonna do.
And then you see his cloak or hood is draped in smaller faces.
You can find something from this that could help.
What about us?
They can't fool people with fake planes and CGI anymore.
You're going to see this evening.
So they're trying to be a little more sophisticated and give you the boogeyman, something that you can't see, that you can't look at a video and review. Okay? I've been around for a while.
Maybe our only chance. Healing the talismans for the nation of the second.
Faces everywhere.
Blessings and prayers of protection. This is where the ring is there.
But back to the little blue guy,
One person in your head is
the blue hooded figure.
I know where it goes, Logan.
That's me zoomed out for perspective. I'll pull down the light and you still see his face glowing, bluish green. One eye being exposed. His cloak or hood.
and with a fire.
Okay, you see him? Like no other, folks.
Why don't you go play with your new toy instead of hovering over?
Because he's rested.
And my videos really get no love. I see people eating sandwiches on YouTube. 1,000,000 views. 100,000 views. And I know for a fact they're manipulating my channel. I mean,
I don't
I've seen it. It's okay though. This is not for everybody. Everybody here is not your friend, not your brother, not your sister, even if they're in your family. Understand that. Cloak ship in plain sight, folks. I mean, this thing is parked in the sky, not moving. Easy picture for me. Super zoom in on it. You see, it looks like a stereotypical fighter jet, just invisible or blend into the atmosphere to give you the appearance of clouds. That's me pulling down the light. Cockpit dome, aerodynamic. Looks like a stealth aircraft. And then flying right next to it, look at this entity here. Just let the focus catch up. And it looks like some type of ghost being. Almost looks like the green guy from off of Ghostbusters. Slimer, I think his name was. I mean, I'll zoom in on the little goofy face and show you. Here's his eyes and his mouth is wide open. There's his body. Yeah. Right next to the giant craft, folks. Let's pull the light back down on that so we really can see it. Sleek design. Lines going through a detail, and the creatures are sitting right in here. I'll zoom in. Show you. See them already. Elongated neck, mouth, eyes, giant head. Another entity sitting back here also. Let's pull down the light and see if it could translate through any better. I'll zoom in some more, and there we go. Eyes, mouth, elongated neck, face there, nose, eyes, mouth, and also another face right here. Let's pull down some light. You still see him. Right inside the cockpit, folks. Right here. Moving on. Black and white shot for the spiritually deaf, dumb, and blind. If the shoe fits, you must wear it. Cloaked UFO craft in plain sight, parked in the sky. I saw it though, obviously. Look at the sleek curves and designs that are in this thing. That shows intelligence, that this was created and made. Okay, entity there. And let's go to the back to the entities in the cockpit because it's in the black and white. And it'll show up even better. Elongated neck, mouth, giant bug eyes. Face in the middle, face right there. Eyes, nose, mouth. This is the cockpit, so I expect people or entities to be in it. Even all the way back here is another entity. I'll zoom in. He looks more like a human. See his long nose, his eyes, his head, and his mouth is slightly obscured. Right here. I can't get over that elongated neck and bug face with the giant poppy eyes. Looks like E.T. from the movie. Moving on. Let's go to the creature that looks like Slimer from Ghostbusters. Crazy. Giant flying city in the sky, folks. Filmed this myself. Let's just let the focus catch up. You can see it's like some type of flying multi-tiered craft or portable city. And you see always some type of dragon or animal face in the mix. Let's zoom in on the animal face first and foremost. A living creature, folks. A living vessel. You see his eye clear as day and eyelid. I'll zoom in on it. You see his eye? Eyelid? Giant face and mouth. I mean, you know, at this point in time with this coronavirus thing going on, if you don't believe in certain things that people have been telling you, you're a fucking fool. Excuse my language. But I really mean to be harsh with that. If you don't overstand or ultrastand certain things at this point in time, with certain people have been telling you and ringing the bell or the alarm about, you're a fucking fool. And you deserve everything that's coming to you. Now, moving on. You see the giant, massive flying city, the portable city, or like the cartoon on Netflix, Castlevania, where Dracula had a castle that teleported anywhere he wanted it to. You see, this is all meshed and connected together. And this would be the living area of whoever is in it. And this is the ship that's moving it around. And understand something, folks. This is the sun over here. Okay? I'll zoom in on it. Real quick. Take you to the top part. Look at this. You can't not tell me that's not major construction and design and detail sitting on top of this deck. Zoom out some more. If you believe that nature created this and this is some type of cloud formation because it's about to rain, the statement I said earlier, that's you all the way. I wish you nothing but pain and suffering for being an idiot. Moving on. Let's take a look, folks. And always a face of some animal or creature that's being projected off of it next to the giant creature's face right here with the giant eye. We also have another face that's being projected right here. I'll pull the light down so it can translate through. Eye, nose, mouth, horns sticking out. Okay? And we zoom in really tight. You can see his entities and beings all around. I know you're going to hear that a lot on this channel, but no one else is going to show you the way I show you. It's just what it is. UFO I caught early morning. Just pull down the light. Reinforcement. I showed it before, but it's a different day and time. So a lot of things are going to be coming back out. Literally. Pull the light down so you can see the entire craft, folks. You see the crazy looking lights that are on top of it. The oval shape, the lights of the interior, and whatever it has hanging off the bottom of it. Nighttime shot, folks. Getting you close up into it so you could really vibrate to it.
I've always cared. But if I saw separated us, he kept stalling, saying that he had a plan.
Okay. See what we have here. Peace, love, and light. Show you this without the highlight or contrast on it. Zoom in. Let the focus catch up. Pull down some light. Show you the entire shape of the UFO or craft. Whatever you choose to call it. Ridges and lights, appendages, interior, decks, and then it has this thing trailing off the bottom of it. And I'll show you another shot of the blue face entity with not much contrast or highlight. More organic.
What do you mean the upper limit? You know the shirt won't be able to protect you from it, right? You can't face leather.
And you still see it. I'll end the video with this. The blue face being. You see he's cloaked up in a hood. You see the hood is surrounding his face the same way your hood would surround your face. Eye.
He wants to try and tell you.
Total complete face. The other eye is obscured, but you clearly see. I'll zoom in on his eye and really get it in there so it can resonate and vibrate to you. Seeing is believing. Peace, love, and light.
I catch leather, but he can point us towards wherever they're hiding for me.
And what if you fail?
Why don't you back me up here, huh?
Then we don't have any other choice. Okay then.